Hi guys, I'm Lou and welcome to the first video. This is The Loft, aka my daughter's old bedroom. I'm a part-time reseller on the south coast, mainly of decorative vintage items, anything from textiles, lamps, vases. I also like to buy vintage jewellery and some bags. I don't buy clothes so much anymore, but stay tuned for an absolute banger at the end that I did pick up. I went to 3 car boots at the weekend in the local dump shop. And I bought a lot of stuff. I'm not sure how much we'll get through, but let's crack on. Okay, so the first thing I picked up was just your standard brass lamp. Didn't necessarily buy this to resell, but I bought it for the fitting to replace on another more expensive lamp. If you go to B&Q, these things are about £7.50. So what I did was I got this one for just £1 just to replace it, so that's cost effective. Next one I bought is this rather huge, try not to knock it over, this is an M&S really tall brass lamp. I think I paid only £2 for it. Only problem is it's very short cord. Might have to rewire that. £15–20 for that one. Next up was a IKEA lamp. We do like IKEA. A nice metal lamp here, with the, I think that's the European, that big bulb holder there. A whopping 50p for this one, so £10 to £12 maybe, possibly on Vinted for that one. Next up we have a rather nice carved Chinese resin lamp. It is very nicely done. There's no damage on it, on a wooden base. This is a little bit loose, so we just need to tighten that. Needs a good clean. I reckon £25 to £30 on that one. Then we got a 60s, 70s little lamp, possibly West German, not sure. Has a covering on it. I might take that off and have a look and stick it back down just to see. But original shade, and in good working order. Paid £5 for that. But again, maybe £25. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, got a couple of candlesticks. These were actually from a charity shop. Very Scandinavian in design, very simplistic, just to take 2 tea lights. I think I paid £3 for the pair. Again, maybe £12–15. Then we have your classic 60s Strev print. What's this one called? The Favourite. They're not a huge amount of money anymore, but still £10 to £12. Another couple of charity shop finds. This is a little, either a planter for a little succulent or put a little tea light in there. This one's already listed. I think I'm asking £12 for that one. And we've got a habitat planter. Again, this one was from a charity shop, only £2. I think I'm asking £15 for this online. Okay, very modern. I think this is, I think the label said B&Q. It's just a repro of an Art Deco beaded shade. Again, probably £12 or so on Vinted. I think I paid £2 for that one. Next up, so back to car booting. Lovely pair of fleur-de-lis sconces for taper candles. Absolute bargain. Really nice brass. £1 paid for the pair. I would just think at least 15 to 18 online. Picked up some jewellery. This is really nice, this one. Think I can only sell this on eBay. I don't think Vinted likes animal products. It's a nice mink brooch in the shape of a butterfly. Got some French ivory, which of course is celluloid. It's not actually ivory, which is carved. This is probably Art Deco revival as opposed to original Art Deco, so probably from the 50s. Bit of enamel on copper, little brooch, very nice. Then we have an African, does have made by Simba in Africa, handmade again, like probably antelope hide, with silver on top with a lady in a headdress. Very nice. This one's pretty cool. This is brass. Very, very nice. I like that. A lot of this stuff I got from a car boot on Sunday. A guy was just dumped this huge box of jewellery out on the ground and was selling it for £1 a piece. So I think pretty much all of the pieces you see here were only £1. So, you know, worst case scenario, 8, 10, 12, maybe £15 for the nicer pieces. This one is rather nice. Big, chunky necklace. Google image is out on this one. Some say Afghan, some say Indian, some say Moroccan, but it's a nice quality, heavy item. I'm sure someone will snap that up. I think I've got that one listed already for £19. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, this is probably 70s. This one, just a nice big silver disc with abstract on it. Another nice bit of brass here. It's probably just a glass stone in the middle there. Okay, we'll leave the rest of that jewellery. Okay, so Mr. Kitch Cat from the 50s or 60s. He's in really, really good condition. I mean, they don't command a lot of money these days, but, you know, for £1, if I get £10 for him, brilliant. Find him a new home. I've got some coasters here. I picked these up and had a look at them. I wasn't going to buy them. And then my mate who was with me picked them up, paid for them and put them in my trolley. So there are 6 of these. They are mother of pearl and what looks like hand painted. They're in really, really nice condition. And they have their own box with the lid. So, I mean, this whole stack was 20p. So you can't go wrong, can you? So, again, not done too much research. I've seen some online. Someone's asking £65, which is bonkers. I can't imagine that they're worth that. But, you know, people can ask what they want. Doesn't mean to say that they're going to sell them at that. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know, £15 to £20 maybe. Now got some sand art. Okay, this is called, it is signed on the back, End of the Trail, and it's by Virginia Tyler. Now, this is probably just a tourist piece. It is Navajo, so that would be southwest of America, but it's a nice little decorative piece if you like that southwestern style. These are rather nice. They are vintage Italian. They call them dolphins, but they're more like serpents. The original, they are stamped Italy, and the original label is on there, Rita dal Pra. Excuse my Italian pronunciation there. But nice to find in a pair. The only bit of damage I've seen so far is a little bit on one of the corners. It's so little, I can't even see it now. Ah, there you go. Just a little bit there. not really apparent when they're displayed, and they're so intricate. It's a little mad that that's the only bit of damage they have, bearing in mind that these are probably 60s, 70s at a push. Okay. Oh, we've got a bit more southwestern stuff here. This one is signed again. I won't profess to know which Native American tribe this is from. I shall do a little bit more research. But lovely, hand painted, nice colours. Yeah, we like that one. Okay, switching it up a little bit. We have here a wooden box. Okay, I'm assuming a jewellery box. Okay, nice thick wood. Looks like it's hand painted. This is Organica Functionata. I've seen some. I'm not sure whether they're, yes, Italian. Again, nice Italian box there. I think I paid £3 for that. They seem to command about £25 online. So yeah, we'll see how we get on with that one. Right, we love a bit of IKEA. So this is a 90s, believe it or not. Nice and filthy, as you can see. IKEA plant pot. There we go. Again, really, really nice design. Typical IKEA. And IKEA stuff's really collectible now. Especially when they stop running the design. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I paid £1 for it, so 12 to 15 perhaps. Okay, ooh, more IKEA. So, mid-century design on these. Nice to have a pair. Absolutely filthy. Need a bit of a clean. Yeah, with the IKEA label on the bottom. I paid £5 for these, which was, you know, up there with what I like to spend. But super mid-century design. Nice to have the two different heights. Yeah, so I don't know. Probably push it for £25 for those, maybe. Okay, and then we go from something like that to something incredibly modern. This little metal and, yeah, like lucite or, yeah, probably lucite. Little candelabra. Okay. Nice for modern living. People like these. Probably a good seller when we get closer to Christmas. God, I can't believe I said the C word, Christmas. But talking of Christmas, this I love. It's just so bonkers. This is a, what do they call it? Candle bridge. This is a vintage one. It is, some of them made out of plastic. This one is wood. And this one is Swedish. As we go on in time, you'll realise I really, really like Scandinavian design, especially the vintage Scandinavian design. So when I saw this, I had to have it for £2 of your English pounds. Have plugged it in, I've changed the fuse on the plug, and it works perfectly. I would say the only thing is that there was probably these things on every single candle, but now there is only 4. So I suppose you could put your own things on there or just move these around so that it looks even. Okay, so we really, really like that. So what else have I got down here? Oh, charity shop find. Nice big lump of Murano Amberina glass. Yeah, I mean, there's not a huge amount of money in Murano anymore. Since the internet took off, there's a lot of it around. But for £2.50, I couldn't really turn it down. Again, I think I've got this one listed at the moment for 25, but chances are it's probably going to be more like a £15 piece. Okay. what have we got here? This is rather nice. So this is a handmade pine little 2-drawer. Sit it on your dressing table or wherever you like. I suppose use as a jewellery box or anything you like, really. It's such a nice thing. That was only £3. I mean, you know, for something handmade like that, what a bargain. So I may sell it as is. I might give it a little rub with some wax just to optimize the price, but doesn't seem to be any damage considering it's quite old. Yeah, so we like that. Okay, let's see, what else did we get? Okay, this was from one of the dump shops, I think. So this is a Victorian flat iron trivet. I suppose you could just use it as a kitchen trivet these days. Just have the feet on it, and it does have a little hanging hook, so if you just wanted it for decorative purposes, you could just hang it on your wall. I think that was £3, that one. Okay, so a few textiles. Right, so I bought 5 60s, 70s tea towels. Look at those. In fabulous condition. Just a little mark where they've been folded probably and just put away for years, and not really used. So I should probably sell these in a bundle. We shall see. As you can see, they're rather cute. I mean, they're not worth a huge amount of money, but they're in good condition, linen and cotton. I think there's Irish, no, Taunton Vale. Okay, so yes, so there's 5 of those. I don't know. Could maybe get £20 for the 5. Something else bonkers and vintage. So on Saturday, I found this owl cushion, handmade. It does open up, so I'm going to take that off and give that a light wash, for all of 50p. And then on Sunday, I found his brother. His brother was a little more expensive, but the 2 for £2.50. Probably sell them separately, as they're slightly different colorways, but we shall see. I sold an owl cushion quite recently and that was a crocheted one, but for £19. So I don't know, £15 a pop. Oh, I've got a couple more lamps here. So we've got your typical 70s or 60s, 70s onyx lamp with brass. Yeah, I mean, you know, there was a time when these things were and probably still are to some people, but you know, they're coming back into fashion, and you can probably pick these up at your car boot like I did for, what was this one, £2? I bought one previously for £1. I mean, they're a lovely, lovely big lump of onyx, and that is proper brass on there as well. So I think the last one I sold for about 19, so around that area. I think. Oh, what's this one? Quite modern. Marks and Spencer's. That is glass. So we've got a brass, let's say brass coloured metal lamp. Yeah, with the glass crystal there. Very nice decorative item. Again, I think, did I pay £1 for it? £2? You know, not a lot of money. And again, probably £20. Right, don't break. Back to the 70s with this. this is a Marks and Spencer's screw off top biscuit barrel. It's in really good nick. Yeah, your classic beige and brown from the 70s. 50p paid. It'll fit into someone's decor. Yeah, maybe a tenner. Okay, let's see what else. Let's try and open this bad boy. This vintage, it is Chinese, I think. This is a label on it. Yeah, made in China. So it's a huge decorative fan. So let's open it that way. So, gold and the birds on it. It's in really, really nice condition. I think I paid £4 for that. I would think this is at least a £20 item. I picked up a couple of mirrors. Here is this one. Typical 60s wrought iron. This is a particularly nice one because the glass is concave as opposed to flat, so it denotes a little bit more quality. Yeah, so in really, really nice condition. So, I don't know, probably 20, 25 for that one. Another little one here. This is not fantastic quality. This is just pierced, same metal. It could be brass, actually. It could be brass, but just very, very, very simple. Yeah, not too bad. £2 paid, I believe. So yeah, £12–15. Now, so on Sunday, I picked up a couple of really, really nice tablecloths. They are vintage. They are vintage. Might leave these a little bit closer to Christmas. So there I go with the C word again. But they're superb quality. So we have, and very traditional. So it's just this maroon, if you will, and gold with the fringing all round. The lady that was selling it was very, very organised. Red and gold circular fringed tablecloth, 5'9" in diameter, so a nice size, and in super. If it has been used, it hasn't been used very often, and it's been well looked after. So there is that one. So I think I paid £3 each for these. Yes, so because of the quality, it's got to be at least a £25 item. The other one is gold damask. Okay, so with that lovely self pattern on it, and again lovely fringing on that. Again, the lady was very, very organised. So this is a rectangular one, and it's 7 feet long by 5'3" wide. So you know, a really, really good size for a family table. Okay, what else? Let's just do a couple more things. Like I said, I don't pick up clothes very often unless it takes my eye, and it's clearly vintage. I've sold these in the past. So these are men's scarves. Okay, this one is Tootle. So I believe, so with a wool backing. So it's that classic paisley design to be worn, you know, with a smart outfit, if you will. This one's a bit more groovy, the 70s one, I'm thinking it is. Almost like a Rupert Bear wool backing on it, but look at that design on the front. I mean, that's fab. Very, very 70s. So yeah, they were only a couple of quid each. Again, might leave those for a month or so till, gosh, I mean, it's autumn next month. So it won't take that long before those get listed. Okay, so what was I going to show you? Right, okay, so the last thing. Like I said, I don't really pick up clothes anymore because it's really difficult to sell them. I think I did it for a while. You know, I mean, I would be reluctant to buy clothes online because of the fit. Is it going to be right? You know, that kind of thing. However, if I see a banger, if I see a really nice denim jacket or a nice leather jacket or something that's clearly vintage, I will have a look. So, on the last car boot of the weekend on Sunday, I saw this leather jacket on the floor. Bear in mind, the car boot had been open only about 5 minutes, but sometimes that's all it takes for people to pick things up. And it was folded up on the floor. But you know what I mean when I say it was folded up on the floor, like someone had put it down. So, because this lady's stuff was all folded neatly on the blanket. So this one had clearly been picked up. Someone had decided no, half folded it up and put it back on the blanket. So I picked it up and I'm looking at it and I'm going, is this real? Because, well, I'll show you. This is a Belstaff, or Belstaff, as people say down south. Let me get this right. Trial Master Panther jacket. Okay. It appears to be completely genuine. Or, I mean, I don't know anything about Belstaff, but having checked all the, you know, it's got all the labels in the right places, the inside manufacturer's tags. It's just a really, really nice thing. So not really knowing, I mean, I know the brand, but not really knowing how good it is. I thought, do you know what? For a tenner, I'm going to risk it. So I did. So straight home, bit of Googling. This jacket is still available on the Belstaff website, and it retails for £1,425. Ouch. Anywho, so yeah, I mean, I still have to go over it with a fine-tooth comb. Not necessary to make sure it's authentic, but to check the condition on every single bit of it, because, you know, if someone's going to be paying a lot of money for something, you know, you have to be so careful with the condition report. So I shall do that. But yeah, I mean, start high, maybe ask between £700 and £800 for it. We'll see. The things it has going for it is A, that it's a man's jacket, which are easier to sell than women's. It's a fantastic size, triple XL. You know, the smaller sizes, regardless of what it is, don't sell very well. So it's got everything going for it. The only thing I did notice was that the little pull on the bottom of the zip is missing. Okay, well, half of it's missing. It probably said Belstaff on it or something. But that's all I can really see at the moment from a quick look. So yeah, shall have to let you know how that one goes. Okay guys, well, that'll do it for my first one, I think. Thanks for watching. All the links to my eBay and my Vinted accounts are in the description on the channel. And if you do like it, please give me the thumbs up. First video. Oh, let's see if we can't get some people watching it. Okay, drop me a comment what you think of that jacket or anything else I've done here. I mean, I've only gone through half of what I bought this weekend. In fact, I haven't got the amount of items I bought, but I spent £134 in total. So that's from a few charity shops during the week. That is 3 car boots and 1 visit to the dump shop. Low end estimate, obviously a lot of this is going to ride on that jacket. Low end estimate, £1,457. Fingers crossed. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.